Hi, my name's Angela Gillespie, Senior Producer at Guerrilla Games, and you're watching Gamers Source. Horizon Zero Dawn is an open-world action RPG. It's set 1,000 years in the post-apocalyptic future, so it offers a little bit of a different take on post-apocalyptic games than traditional post-apocalyptic games. You've got these vast vistas that you can look at, lush jungles. You've also got mountainous regions and a lot of environments that you can explore. There's obviously the machines that you can fight. They're powerful and deadly, and you can fight them with a lot of different tactics. So there's a lot of choice in that matter. And then there's the story and the progression. We have a lot of main quests that will drive you along the story, but we have a lot of side content for people that enjoy that type of gameplay. Well, we looked at not only games, but movies, comic books. We were looking at a lot of futurist novels to look at how people see the world in 1,000 years from now, so that we could build out this environment and this story that felt realistic and plausible. We actually talked to the Robotics Institute at the University of Delft in the Netherlands to talk about if these machines were to exist, how could they exist, and make sure that when we're building those out, that there's a bit of plausibility there too. So we looked at those. We looked at inspiration from, of course, lots of other games, Monster Hunter. We looked at Last of Us. We looked at a lot of sources of inspiration, but I wouldn't say one particular thing really drove us. Yeah. So there are a few different tribes. Of course, part of the exploration in the story is to discover the tribes, so I don't want to give them all away. But yeah, a lot of them, they are products of their environment. So depending on where they live in the world, their beliefs or their way of life is a bit different if they're living in those snowy mountains versus the lush jungle, for example. So they do all have a very rich backstory that we've spent a lot of time developing for each of the tribes. The choices are not really that black and white, but the choices that you make, some do affect your interactions with people along the way, and at the end of the game, some will affect your outcome of the game.
So can we expect different endings based on the choice?
Not necessarily different endings. Every player will come to the same conclusion because we want every player to have that conclusion to the story. But there are some elements that will be affected by the choices that you make. My favorite machine, Thunderjaw.
Thunderjaw?
Yeah.
Is it the hardest one to take down?
Not necessarily. So it just depends on your tactics. He's definitely one of the tougher ones, but yeah, there are some others out there that you have yet to discover.
Do you believe that video games need more female protagonists?
I think that an interesting character with a deep backstory and something that's relatable for the player, whether male or female, I think that we can use more of that in the industry. And I do enjoy playing as Aloy because of her backstory, because of the way she plays and her motivations. So yeah, I think we definitely could use more of those types of characters in the industry.
If this game succeeds in a tremendous way, would you consider a sequel, maybe?
Right now, we're 100% focused on launching Horizon Zero Dawn. But as I said, we have spent years developing the stories and the world. So we have a lot of material to continue to develop if we want to.